Hey guys, I'm Jason, lead writer from MMOHuts.com, and it's time for another Topdeck Tutor. Do you like the colors white and blue? Do you like making people as furious as possible? Do you also enjoy taking any hope of them winning the game out of their own hands and putting it into your own greedy paws? But I've got just the deck for you. Me and Colton put together a Nexus of Fate Infinite Turn deck for Magic the Gathering Arena. Alright, today we're going to try a Nexus of Fate deck. Not one that I put together, actually Colton built this one. I was planning to, and then we wound up with one. Because I honestly got tired of losing to it, so in the way of all things Magic the Gathering, if you can't beat them, might as well join them. I've noticed that this deck has a very hard time with infinite mana decks, with aggro decks. Why did I say infinite mana? It's been a long day. It's a very difficult thing to have to deal with because if by turn 4 they're swinging for like 12, you're going to be in for a bad time. Luckily, their deck appears to be very slow, or they just had a very bad start and refused to mulligan. That's what it looks like. So I'm going to Gift of Paradise, one of my forests. Next turn I'm going to put Teferi out and start that chain going. Because the idea is I want to draw as much as I can and constantly keep Nexus of Fate in play as often as possible. And since I know they can't counter me, I'm just going to hardcast Teferi. Draw one. End of my turn. Untap my multi-lands. I wonder, let's look. Consulate Crackdown. Yeah, I'm gonna have to burn the Supreme Will. This looks like mono-white artifact control. That's what it looks like. Okay, we're gonna play Search for Azcanta, so we can start filling up our graveyard. We're going to draw a card. And we're going to cycle you. No, I meant to... Damn it, I meant to cycle. Well, whatever. Oops. End turn. I can cast Nexus of Fate already, but I don't really have a way to keep it in my deck or in play. Oh hey, I didn't realize that was an instant. That's kind of neat. Okay. Put that in the graveyard. Draw 2 cards. And we're going to put Glacial Fortress in the graveyard.
You know what? I'm not done yet.
There we go. We're going to tap 2 mana, 2 blue, so we can anticipate. Ugh. Look at the Glacial Fortress. So at least it won't come into play tapped. In turn, untap, untap. I kind of want to hold the Settle the Wreckage in case he plays a different creature. But I am going to Haze of Pollen. Because I need him alive. And that should still count as combat damage. Yep. There's the next creature I knew was coming. See? End of turn. My turn. You I want.
Hold that thought.
Okay, we're going to play our land for turn. And reveal the top 4 cards. Let's hold on to you. That'll give me 2 turns. Can I still Supreme Will? Yes. I was starting to get worried. Because he's going to swing at Teferi. I can feel it. Only... Okay, there we go. There's the greed I was hoping for. And those are gone. He might have another Ixalan's Binding, but I have enough mana to Supreme Will in the event that he does. That's a 4-drop, so yeah, I would totally be able to do that. My turn. Chart a course. And here's where this deck really starts to be mean. Because especially for a deck like this, now I could just start getting rid of his lands. And it reads, whenever I draw a card, not, you know, if you draw a card, it can only happen once. So we're going to draw a card.
We need to move quickly.
And we're going to get rid of that. Chart a course. I'm really curious what he's casting here. Oh, he just tapped all of his mana. Okay, then. He must have just given up. Well, whatever. That's what this deck is designed to do. Break people's will. Yeah, I do want to play that. End turn. And I'll Nexus of Fate during his turn. Or not. Well, that's kind of how that works. A little disappointing. This is a pretty dangerous deck to run if you ask me. If you fail to get the right cards on the board, you die. If your opponent's deck is insanely fast aggro, you're probably going to die. The keys to success are search for Azcanta and the Planeswalker Teferi. You need him on the board and to get his emblem as soon as possible. This will allow you to exile permanents your opponent controls simply by drawing cards. Almost every card in this deck has some kind of wacky draw mechanic, so you're going to be searching your deck often to get cards. Between that and Azcanta's transformation, which lets you pull the top 4 off of your deck and pick an instant or sorcery, finding Nexus of Fate should not be difficult. Most of the time, people are just going to quit way before you get the loop going anyways. But it does have weaknesses. It can be aggroed down. Typically, by the time a player realizes what you're doing, it's probably too late to stop it anyways. That's why it's such a daunting deck, and a lot of people lose against it. The main cards just feel like another white-blue control deck. But like I said, it can be beat. I've personally been tossed out of a window by red deck wins, by white-blue aggro, a couple of decks. Or if it gets out-controlled, because you can just counterspell all the Teferis and the Azcantas and keep them out of the game. But I love this deck. It was a lot of fun to brew this with Colton, who also runs this Magic the Gathering Arena account with me. And I don't know what deck we're going to run next time, but I do know where it's going to be. It'll be on Topdeck Tutor on MMOHuts.